What's up and welcome back to another video. Today, let's be honest, Handsome Jack was a fucking menace. Where do I even begin with one of the most polarizing characters in gaming history? When it comes to villains in the Borderlands franchise, who's the first one that comes to your mind? The Dragon Lord from Tiny Tina's Wonderlands or Handsome Jack? Let me know in the comments below. Well, the game we were first introduced to him in was Borderlands 2. I figured that might be a good start. The Vault Hunters are seen on a train at the beginning of the game where loaders and engineers are attacking. The train is then blown up and damn near everybody dies, except you and your fellow Vault Hunters. Whoever you choose to play will survive the train accident. We don't hear from Jack again until leaving Liarsburg, when he comes on the Echo joking about you dying in the cold or being killed by some of the mercenaries he has in the area.
Here's what's gonna happen, Vault Hunter. My first mate, Boom Boom, is gonna kill ya. Jack's gonna pay us, and I'm gonna play hopscotch in your chest cavity.
And then, casually bragging about how he's rich and owns a diamond pony.
I'm racking my brain trying to think of a name for that diamond pony I bought. I was gonna call it Piss for Brains in honor of you, but that just feels immature. Hey, maybe Butt Stallion? Nah.
I'm not going to talk about every side mission that Jack is connected to, but the first one involving Jack is called Handsome Jack is Here, a side mission in which you have to collect 3 audio logs in Liarsburg for Hammerlock to figure out what happened. Whereby the second audio log you hear him shoot the woman he's talking to, and he says, and I quote, "You got something in common with him now at least," in response to her telling Jack her husband is dead.
A skag pearl ring. The pearl released hunger-inducing pheromones.
Oh, you know what? I am so sorry. I just, forgive me. Where's your husband now?
He's dead.
That is a heartbreaker. But you got something in common with him now at least.
And in the third, he's making jokes about how her head exploded. He then tells Wilhelm this.
See your head? It was like... oh my god. Wilhelm, kill these savages.
Understood.
After you work your way to Sanctuary and take out the mercenaries he set out to kill you, his daughter will help guide you to Sanctuary and getting help against Jack, making you feel safe and like you have an edge against your enemy. We'll talk about Angel a little bit more in depth later on. As she is an integral part of Jack's story, I just want to wait to delve into her a little bit later on. As other than being basically a voice of reason and a guide for you in the game, we really haven't gotten too much out of her just yet. Upon arriving to Sanctuary, Jack tells you, "It'll be nice seeing a familiar face when I'm burning that place to the ground." Talking about how he plans to arrive at your home and destroy it, and that it will be a good time seeing a face that he recognizes while he burns the city to the floor. Absolutely brutal. We don't know it yet, but this is direct foreshadowing to what Jack will do later on. I should also mention that this is huge spoilers for Borderlands 2, but I should also assume at this point that most of you have played this game by now, and if you haven't, maybe you don't want to go back, this will be a good summary for you for Handsome Jack. Therefore, let's continue. The next time Jack will come over the Echo is while you're doing the main story quest known as Plan B, helping Scooter. Jack comes over the Echo and says that he's looking for you, and anyone that turns you in will be rewarded, basically stating that this is a bounty being put out on your head. Jack then goes quiet for a little while in the main story. No real updates in his story or any notable villainy. Yes, villainy. I just said that word. I don't think it's a real one, but I said it. That's until you and Tina blow up his train and attempt to steal the vault key. After you meet up with some more main characters in the story, that being Lilith and Roland, you will then head on over to the Tundra Express where you will meet Tiny Tina. She's then going to help you get some bombs to blow up Handsome Jack's train. After you do so, you'll head to the next map where you will make your way through destroying some loaders and such until you reach the train that this vault key is supposedly on, where it is revealed that a character from Borderlands the pre-sequel, which takes place before Borderlands 2, Wilhelm makes an appearance here, and you actually have to fight and kill Wilhelm just to take the power core for Sanctuary. And after you take out Wilhelm, Jack sarcastically claps and jokes about his death, which really shows a lot about Jack and his personality, especially if you've played the pre-sequel. It really seems like Jack and Wilhelm actually had a pretty good bond, as in the pre-sequel your character actually talks to the other characters in that game, Jack being a main character of that game, the dialogue and such, I got the vibe that Wilhelm and Jack were actually pretty good friends, which just shows the narcissist in Handsome Jack even more.
Wow, bravo, champagne, cheers, high five, so clap. You got the damn power core, didn't ya?
Upon returning to Sanctuary and putting in the power core, it's revealed that Jack actually wanted you to kill him, which makes sense as to why he was joking and laughing about the death of his friend, as the power core drops Sanctuary's shields and leaves it defenseless.
I think it's finally time to tell you that little secret. Angel's working for me.
Lowering Sanctuary's shields, Jack.
Another core element to Jack's story is also revealed here. The voice and face that's been helping you throughout the game this entire time is revealed to be Jack's daughter, which I don't think had even been revealed up to this point. And she's been helping you as a way in to help her father, as it's clear by this moment in the story that Jack did know that we were talking to Angel. She lowers Sanctuary's shields, and missiles and small nukes are then dropped all over Sanctuary, killing Lieutenant Davis and dozens of civilians. You and your friends, Scooter, Maya, and Roland, are sent into a frenzy to get the city in the sky. As you're doing so, Jack then says, "You only survived that train ride because I wanted you to." You successfully get the city in the sky and escape though. And this is easily one of the more climactic moments in the game. I think everybody remembers kind of going batshit crazy while playing this out the first time, as it was just a turn in the story that I just wasn't expecting right then. As you're escaping through Three Horns Divide, Jack jokes about how he fooled you, and you were stupid for trusting Angel.
I love the way you Vault Hunters just up and trusted Angel. Never occurred to you that she was working for me, did it? I did the same thing to the last 4 Vault Hunters, but I'll be entirely honest. Tricking you guys this time? Way funnier.
And in this moment, the Vault Hunter, aka you, the player, you just feel alone. I mean, you just have nobody, especially, I mean, if you're not playing with friends, you really feel like you've been abandoned and kicked out of your home in this moment. And it just feels like the story's almost in limbo for a minute here. It's not. The story's not in limbo. But when you're playing this through for the first time, you're just like, what the hell is even going on? But after working your way through the fridge and fighting off plenty of different rats, Angel comes back over the Echo and she lets you know that you may not have a reason to trust her, but that the key is with her, and you'll need it to stop Jack from awakening the warrior, his ultimate goal. Sanctuary then reappears in the sky as the plan worked. You then check if it's available for fast travel.
Error. Location, Sanctuary. Not found.
Angel tells you that Lilith's phase blast knocked it off the map. She also tells you she didn't lie about everything, and that you're the only one who can take down her father, and that Roland, Mordecai, and the others have already been defeated by him long ago. She then helps you get to where you need to go to secure the beacon to get Sanctuary back on the map, and that she promises us that the plan will work even though she understands it may not mean much to us right now. What we, the player, don't know about Angel is she is really trying to help us, despite our friends being hesitant to trust her. And yeah, when you're the daughter of an absolute psychopath, it's not really a shock. It's all but confirmed that her best intentions are to help you when you hear her reaction and the excitement in her voice when you get that beaker for Sanctuary from that thresher.
You've got the beacon? Good.
Roland comes over the Echo and he's audibly pissed. Let's roll that now.
I can't believe Jack was controlling the Angel all along. We almost got killed opening the vault, just so he could bring that son of a bitch into power.
Right after, Jack comes on the Echo and he says that he can't believe why we don't just let the hero win, further proving how far gone his mind really is. He then jokes about taking somebody's eyeball out with a spoon. A freaking spoon! Only Handsome Jack can make a joke like that work. Angel then continues to help set up the beacon and Jack tries to intervene. He tells her to quit helping us. She continues to help us though, and he shouts, "Angel, what the hell are you doing?" Angel turns off the moon base's oxygen, which doesn't sound like much at the time, but if you've played the pre-sequel, you know how important the moon base is to Jack, further implying to the player that Angel is indeed on your side. Jack freaks out and screams. He then says he's sending everything your way. Loaders, badasses, constructors, you name it, he's sending it your way. After fending off just endless waves, it felt like at the time, of enemies, eventually the fast travel will land and you can return home. Upon meeting up with your friends, Roland says Jack is getting close to opening the vault. Angel comes over Echo and says,
I can help you with that.
You? Damn it, we told you never to contact us again.
Will you please just hear me out? Sure, let's listen to the crazy computer that just tried to kill us. Hey, remember that time she told us the vault was full of loot? It's with me. I'm charging the vault key.
She tells you what you and your friends need to accomplish if they want to stop Jack, and says if they come to the bunker and to Angel's chambers, to not bring Lilith. We will keep this in mind for later. Let's fast forward to our next story mission, Wildlife Preservation. You're tasked to meet up with Mordecai in regards of rescuing Bloodwing, as it has been revealed that Jack has captured her. Upon arriving at Bloodwing, we are opened up with a badass cutscene, and Jack says this.
Want Bloodwing back, huh? Shame. I've been doing some really interesting iridium experiments with her. Hate to see her go. But heck with it. This is all yours. Oh my god.
And Mordecai pretty much says it all right as the cutscene ends. Jack then lets us in on some intel about Bloodwing, that she's got every element at her disposal, and he names them off. Fire, electricity, slag, corrosion, and then he says,
Slag! And... ah, damn, I forgot the last one. What the hell was that again?
After you fight off Bloodwing, all 4 elements of course, Mordecai hits her with a tranq dart, and you try to save her by taking the chip out of the collar. Then the final element is revealed.
Okay, she's still alive. Get the microchip from her collar, and we can get her back to Sanctuary.
Oh, now I remember. Explosive! No! That is why you don't screw with me. You and your little friend Mordecai turn yourselves in, or that dumbass bird is just the beginning.
This was just so gruesome at the time. This, for me, is where the game really ramps up and Jack shows you his true colors. He's a sociopath who cares for no one but himself, and he loves to laugh while belittling people or even murdering them in front of their loved ones. It's moments like these with the Bloodwing death that kept us playing the game to figure out how the story was going to wrap up. While I'm surprised PETA didn't come at Borderlands 2, I think these moments were crucial in creating the menace that Jack is. The next story mission will see Roland send us to find the Slab King, aka Brick, and we've done it. We've found our Avengers. Now that we've got the Hulk squatted up and ready to go, we're heading over to Opportunity. And before I hop into this next story mission where we're heading into Opportunity, I wanted to read the first paragraph on the Borderlands wiki. Opportunity is a city being built by Hyperion. When Hyperion took over Pandora, Handsome Jack and his construction team start building his perfect city of the future. His ultimate desire being that soon all of Pandora will be rebuilt in his vision, with Opportunity being the start. Upon its completion, Jack wants to move the richest and most powerful families in all of the 6 galaxies to Opportunity, as the city is considered by Jack as a utopia for the best and brightest and the most wealthy. He has put in place numerous laws such as no littering with the punishment of death. If that doesn't let you know what we're in for, I don't know what does. Angel tells you need to take out one of Jack's body doubles to get help to access the chambers. She also reveals to access the chambers, you'll essentially need to be him. Him being Handsome Jack. The reason why you gotta kill the body double is to pick up his pocket watch, which essentially makes you sound like Handsome Jack. Not yet though, we gotta get the samples. While obviously you don't turn into Jack, you have to trick the bioscan to allow you to enter the chambers. This is why we've arrived at Opportunity, with statues of Jack and Hyperion propaganda plastered all over the walls. It looks like a scummy government mixed with a garbage political system in play, Jack being the lead of all parties. So you take out Jack's body doubles and grab his pocket watch and go around collecting all the samples from various kiosks around Opportunity. Also, sometimes while walking around Opportunity, little bits of information are given that the place is truly awful. Like a commentary going over the intercom saying, lunchtime, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, alright, lunchtime's over, back to work, giving absolutely no one time to have lunch, showing there really are no rules. It's whatever Jack says that goes. But after you collect all the samples, you then upload them to Angel. Really quickly, I want to mention the side mission and opportunity known as Hell Hath No Fury, where you're sent to destroy one of Jack's construction sites, where he then berates Moxie and says this when the construction site is destroyed.
Construction site! Oh, for Moxie, you bitch!
Haven't heard Jack that angry since I kicked his plastic surgery ass to the curb. Come on back, sugar.
Back to the main story, you need to head back to Sanctuary and meet up with your fellow Vault Hunters. Roland then comes up with a plan to scale Control Core Angel. I'm going to show some of it now.
This isn't a discussion. You're not going without me.
Oh, this is it, everybody. Lilith, Mordecai, you're protecting the city. Brick will provide air support from Thousand Cuts, and I'll climb up to Control Core Angel from the cliff face. Any questions?
Yeah, why ain't I going? I gotta pay Hyperion back for Bloodwing.
And you will, but for now, I need you protecting Sanctuary in case this is just another trap. You'll get your payback, Mordecai. I promise.
Long as you say so, Roland.
Vault Hunter, we have a shot at stealing the vault key and stopping Jack from waking the warrior. All you have to do is get past a force field that'll atomize you, destroy a bunker carrying enough firepower to level a continent, and get through a door you can't possibly open.
That's his way of saying we're probably gonna die.
You then have to convince Claptrap to come to Thousand Cuts, and the next chapter has begun. After you battle your way through Thousand Cuts, Jack will come over the Echo before you reach the bunker and reveal how they got the key, which is honestly disturbed. Just listen to this.
Hey, you know how I got my hands on that vault key? See, a few years back, Wilhelm and I paid a visit to your little friend Menace, and we beat her for hours. We ripped it out of her broken fingers. But we let her live because that's what heroes do. They show mercy.
Then you fight through the bunker and all the loaders that come along with it. And overall, the bunker is a super badass surprise boss fight that also adds to Jack's unpredictability as a villain. You then get your way into Control Core Angel as you have been trying to do for the last couple chapters. Then we finally meet her, your guide and voice of reason, Angel. She tells you that Jack has been pumping her full of iridium to charge the vault key, and that you must destroy the iridium injectors that are keeping her alive. While truly awful and a double-edged sword, you must complete this to continue the story, and it is a necessary objective to getting the key and to try and stop Jack from awakening the warrior. Jack pleads, but after you destroy the final injector, Angel says, and her final words before she took her last breath were,
Dad, I have to tell you something. You're an asshole.
Angel! No, Angel!
Angel is killed through no fault but Jack's, and as soon as we thought our problems were solved, Roland is giving us the game plan for what's next when...
She's dead. Jack just lost his only way to awaken the warrior. We got the vault key, but this isn't over yet. We gotta find Jack and take him out. Lilith, take the vault key to Menace. I'm going after Jack.
Son.
You bastard! I'm gonna...
Language. What's that saying? Don't pick a fight with a man with nothing left to lose. See, I'm gonna show you just how much you have to lose, and I got the most powerful siren on the planet to do it with. Lilith, kill the Vault Hunter. We've got a date to keep with the warrior. Do it, Lilith.
What happened? What the hell just happened?
Just like that, Jack just killed one of the most legendary characters in the Borderlands franchise. Lilith then freaks out and Jack snatches her, puts a collar around her neck, and takes control of her. Within like a minute and a half, he killed one of the most important characters to the story and took control of the most powerful siren in the world. This cutscene is truly iconic. I don't think there wasn't a single person that was shocked when they saw it for the first time. And it's not like it was just for shock value. I mean, Roland just literally helped us kill his daughter. there was story motive behind these decisions. And while truly terrible, I do think it was the right call for the Borderlands 2 story. Upon home, Mordecai says this.
Roland. Vault Hunter, we're all we got left. Jack killed Roland, he killed Bloodwing, but he is not gonna kill Lilith.
I quickly want to touch on the side mission Bearer of Bad News, which is one you'll have access to after Roland does bite the bullet, where you, the Vault Hunter, have to break the news to various friends of Roland that he is, well, no longer with us. Their reactions are not only heartbreaking, but reveal how important he was to these people. Just have a listen to some of their reactions to this devastating news.
Jack killed Roland? Son of a bitch. He helped me take care of Mr. Shank, and unlike, well, damn near everyone around here, he always behaved like a gentleman. I don't know what to say. Damn it, am I crying?
Damn, I'm sorry. He deserved better.
I walk into this conversation while about to break the news to Brick.
Sorry about Bloodwing, Morty.
I appreciate you saying that.
If it makes you feel any better. Jack killed my dog a lot slower than he did Bloodwing.
I appreciate that a little bit less.
Knowing all the beings that have met their fate to Jack is just so important to know how truly terrible and deranged Jack is. I want to move on with the story now, so we're going to move to Sawtooth Cauldron, where we then pick up some supplies for Brick to get us into the Hyperion info stockade. No big updates with Jack during this mission, more to develop the relationship with the player and Brick. Overall, one of the duller story missions, but it still contains enough action to keep you entertained. You even got a little mini boss fight in there, I mean, you can't be mad about that. But let's move on to chapter 17, data mining. In this one, you're going to run around turning off some pumps around the Air Nexus Boneyard before you ramp through the pipeline. Which, I mean, isn't that always good fun? You'll then move on to the Badlands, where you can take on Saturn on your way to downloading the Warrior's location. Which, who doesn't like a good Saturn fight? If you didn't know, Saturn is this massive yellow robot you'll see on screen. But upon making your way up the elevator after taking down Saturn, if you choose to do so, you will then download the Warrior's location, completing the 17th chapter. This one goes on a little longer than I'm letting on, but on the surface, when it comes to the story, those are the main bits of information. When you turn in data mining, I love the bit of dialogue you get from Mordecai. And another reason for me kind of swiftly going over those last two chapters of the main story was I want to get back to Handsome Jack himself. And after he kills Roland and takes control of Lilith, he kind of goes quiet there for a second. So upon starting the final chapter, Mordecai has you grab some items from some of our main characters. And I want to show some of their dialogue as it further explains the thoughts on the current situation with Jack.
Jack's monopoly on weapons is running me out of business. But that's not why I want him dead. I want him dead because he's a greedy, murdering son of a bitch who needs to die screaming.
I've had just about enough of that handsome jackass sugar. Get rid of him, and you'll never pay for another drink again. Here, I got something for you.
Amazing.
It's time to end this! I'll meet you out in the Iridium Blight.
Upon arriving at Iridium Blight, we get some updates on our Echo from Jack and some of our friends. I'd explain it, but I feel it would better be heard.
You do what you have to stop him from waking that warrior, even if it means taking me out. Better dead than a damsel.
Brick and I will meet you out in Heroes Pass. Win or lose, we're gonna finish this together.
We might not make it, Slab, but I want you to know. It's been a hell of a lot of fun.
Brick's line there just shows how far Jack has pushed him and his friends. So much to the point to where he'd be willing to lay down his life if it meant Jack perishes. And Jack sounding like he's in some sort of deranged trance, all while everything is about to turn to hell. We then march ahead with our friend Claptrap as the story comes full circle. We started off the journey with Claptrap, and that's how it's going to end. We also get to hear a little bit about how he feels about Jack. Defenses such as auto turrets and loaders are dispatched to try and stop you from reaching Heroes Pass. As you battle through seemingly endless enemies trying to get into this door of Heroes Pass, you, the player, usually realize around this point, shit is getting real. After fighting them, the seductive Hyperion voice says,
reinforcements depleted.
But soon after arriving in Heroes Pass, you'll fight through some enemies before realizing, even though Claptrap couldn't make it, you're not in this alone, as you meet up with Brick and Mordecai. They help you not only take out enemies, but open doors Hyperion has locked off to you, up until they are seemingly killed off in this moment.
Hell yeah! They're swarming me, Brick! Just leave me! Keep going!
Like hell! I got you, Mordecai!
No, Brick! No! Locking onto drop barge. Commencing lunar bombardment. Crap! They got a lock on us! Just go, Slam! Go!
Which, wow, that was absolutely batshit. I really have nothing else to say. Just absolutely batshit. After making your way through the rest of Heroes Pass and into the final map, the Vault of the Warrior, Jack says this.
You're a plague, bandit. You and your kind have corrupted Pandora with your greed and your hatred. It comes down to me to save this world from your kind. But I'm more than happy to do it.
But this is just a sneak peek of what he has to come. After going down the elevator and jumping down into the final map, you're here. Your battle against Borderlands' biggest villain, Handsome Jack.
When you get to hell, tell your Vault Hunter friends I said hey.
Hey, you're right on time. Key's nearly ready. But before I cleanse this planet for good, I'm gonna avenge my daughter.
And while it isn't all that challenging, it still makes for an interesting fight, with him having a little surveyor that can go around and heal him, and you'll have to destroy it to break his shield, or even the different clones that can confuse you during the fight. He's definitely got some interesting elements to that fight that I enjoy, but I can understand he is a little bit of an easy kill. But after defeating him is where it gets special. In my opinion, this is one of the most badass cutscenes in gaming history.
That it? Huh?
No! The key's charged!
I'm not dying yet. You're too late, bandit! I win! The greatest alien power Pandora has ever seen. And it's mine to control!
And now it's time for your final fight against the Warrior. In my opinion, he's a great final boss for Borderlands 2, having solid mechanics and being balanced enough for new players while also having just enough room for veterans to absolutely maul him. After you defeat the kaiju-like monster, almost like shades of Godzilla, we get to hear from Jack, and his dialogue ranges between delusional, sad, egotistical, narcissistic, and just downright insane.
Hands of a filthy bandit! See, I could have saved this planet. See, I could have actually restored order. And I wasn't supposed to die by the hands of a child-killing psychopath! You're a savage! You're a maniac! You are a bandit! And I am the goddamn hero! The warrior was practically a god. How? How in the hell have you killed my warrior? You idiots! The warrior could have brought peace to this planet. No more dangerous creatures, no more bandits. Pandora, it could have been
paradise!
This is the end, Vault Hunter. Either you kill Jack, or I'll kill him for you. What's it gonna be?
But at the end of the day, Jack is just like us. He's a human being. A human being who has made so many mistakes and sacrifices to achieve his goal that he's left broken in the end, a shell of his former self. He's left bloody, beaten, and barely breathing. As I said, very insane, sad, and bittersweet all at the same time. While I think he deserves his fate, you can't help but feel bad for him in a way. He's so far gone that in his mind he really is the hero and you're the villain. After his tangent, Lilith gives you the option to either put him down yourself or to let her end it. I chose to have Lilith end him as you have some unique dialogue and it just looks badass when she kills him. But you also get to see what's under the mask of Handsome Jack, which it's shown that there was a vault symbol engraved on his face, which people thought was an insane reveal back in the day. Now with Borderlands the pre-sequel having expanded onto the lore of Handsome Jack, we now know the vault symbol and how it got there, and much more about him pre-Borderlands 2. But this is just Prime Jack, the era remembered most fondly by players. There are even some cool Jack moments inside of the Tales games. Now I haven't beaten the Tales games yet. I'm in the middle of Tales from the Borderlands, the first one, and I'm really enjoying it with the hologram Handsome Jack. It took me a minute to think of the word, but the hologram Handsome Jack is just badass. I can't help but not love to see Jack back in any way. Jack was my favorite villain in all of Borderlands, and I'd love to see as much of him in the future as we can. It's then revealed that Brick and Mordecai survived, which, thank God, we need some of those OG characters around. Damon Clark is a key contributor to what makes Jack so great. Without his voice acting, I don't think Jack would have been anywhere close to as memorable as he is. His snarky replies and disregard for anyone but his own gain create this image that we all have in our heads of Jack. He's the most solid character in the franchise from the writing to the performance. I think we will all be hard-pressed to find a fan of the franchise who thinks Jack was a bad villain. The character is universally beloved and for good reason. You don't just have a diverse story like that, kill Roland and Mordecai's bird, and not leave an impact on anyone. Jack affected the franchise in the best way possible. He proved that not all villains in the franchise have to be terrible. No offense to any of the other games here, but Borderlands 1, the pre-sequel, and 3 all really missed the mark on having a solid, delivering villain that is memorable and makes you want to play the game again. I'd even argue that the pre-sequel even kind of struggled to have a good villain, even though I'd say it was a little better than the others. And I think that's another component to why fans love Jack so much. His ripples in the franchise will forever be felt. And my God, if those aren't some menacing ripples, I don't know what is. And that's really all I've got for you guys today. I hope you all did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure to smash a like on it and subscribe if you guys are new. We got new Borderlands videos coming out for you every single Friday and Sunday with some week videos sprinkled in as well. If you'd like for me to talk about Jack more in his story pre-Borderlands 2, I would definitely be willing to do a breakdown of pre-sequel Jack, as I think his story there is quite underrated and it does need some love as well. This is the story we all remember Jack for, so it's where I wanted to start with my little video essay here on Handsome Jack. Maybe we can make this 2 or 3 parts if you guys want it. As I mentioned, Jack has plenty of stories that I didn't even mention in this video, including some side missions inside of Borderlands 2 that further explain Jack. And if you guys would like to hear more, please let me know down in the comments below. I hope you all are having a good day. I realize I've asked you to drop a comment like 3 times in the last couple minutes, and I know I probably sound nuts, but at the same time, it took me a long time to produce this video. I really just hope you all enjoy it, and any of your support is going to help me out here on the YouTube. And I appreciate every single one of you who like and comment. So get to it. I'll be down there showing you guys my love, dropping my likes and my hearts. Stay safe out there, everybody, and don't kill anybody, because clearly that didn't get Jack too far. Fair enough assessment, I think. And with that, I will see you all in the next one.